I need a bite of something. Grilled cheese pizza?
Look how big this thing is.
Wow. Cheeseburger pizza.
Literally bigger than my head.
Are you kidding me? Fried Oreo pizza. Oh my God.
Gut-busting foods you have to see to believe. Plus, reality chef Aaron Sanchez opens up about overcoming his tragic past. He started doing drugs.
And I felt that this was the only way to escape.
Coming up next.
Are you ready for season 11? You never thought you'd see these outrageous monstrosities on my stage. We got ginormous, right, burgers. You can feed a whole family. Oh, they're enormous. They really are huge. The most absurd wings that are not only fried, but then they're drenched in butter, bacon, and ice cream all together, right? And then there's this towering desserts that pile on the frosting. You guys are getting hungry, idea. I'm already clutching my kale-loving heart. We scoured the country to find the biggest, the baddest foods. And today, we've got the extreme, gut-busting foods you have to see to believe. And who better to kick off this outrageous investigation than our correspondent, Foodgod. Take a look at what epic foods he's been trying.
Look at these.
Yeah. What is this? Dr. Oz, you challenged me to find the most outrageous, over-the-top foods around. Foodgod's got you covered. Challenge accepted. Oh my God, look at this. This is a Foodgod special. Look at the size of this thing. Today I'm pumped to show you some of the craziest foods I could find, but I had to make a pit stop and crave it for the wildest slice around. Come with me. What's going on? How are you? What do you got over here? Is that Oreo pizza? Wow, let me see this. Oh my God, I need a bite of something. Don't show them yet, but that grilled cheese pizza looks really special. No, don't show them. I said not ready yet. Let's go. This place is amazing. You guys don't even know what you're in for. Fellas, bring on the pies.
Fried Oreo pizza, cheeseburger pizza, grilled cheese pizza.
Oh my God, that is the one I was waiting for. That's going first. Grilled cheese pizza, but the most important thing about pizza is the pull. I'm gonna go nice and slow, Dr. Oz. Oh, Dr. Oz, look at this. I'm just gonna keep going till we break. This is a Foodgod pull. How can you get a pull like this? All right, let's try. That's a cheeseburger pizza. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Grilled cheese, cheeseburger pizza. And now, time for the dessert. Oreo pizza. I've never had fried Oreo pizza. Oh my God. Crispy, sweet, powdery, delicious. Dr. Oz, I'm on my way to you with a special delivery. Let's go.
Join me now, please welcome my friend, Foodgod.
Just for you. What is this? It's a 3-course pizza. French fries, onion rings. Then you go to the burgers, then you go to the dessert for the fried cookies.
Oh my God, let's study this a second. We got the onion rings here. These are the buns of the burgers.
Yep.
They're actually burgers in there, so you flatten them in there.
Absolutely.
And have to have been changed by course. I got my dessert right here on the outside. What are these cannolis? What are these? Fried something or
The
else?
fried cookies.
Oh gosh.
Fried cookies.
Who
with
makes
powdered
this?
sugar.
Who does this?
This is Crave It in Queens, and they do the craziest pizza. I mean, that grilled cheese pizza. Did you see the pull? Who's better in a pull than me with that? That thing was like unbelievable. That pull was crazy.
They were salivating. But why would anybody do this to themselves?
You know why. You do it for the gram. It's 2020 almost, and everyone loves to show their food. It's fun. It's actually like going to the movies. It's an art. You go, people show their food. People want to see crazy things that people are eating. People love it. That's why I'm in business.
I don't know. I'm in business because of this too, by the way.
Yeah.
This is my annuity. This is a heart
it,
surgeon.
right, exactly.
So I actually crunched the
You owe me,
numbers.
actually.
I owe you.
I bring you patience.
Exactly. I troll for patience in the studio here afterwards. So you're gonna be eating this afterwards. So just hold on for a second, see if you really want to do it. We crunched the numbers. One slice, one little slice here, 739 calories, everybody. 38 grams of fat. You'd have to run, listen carefully, 7 miles to burn up the calories of one slice of pizza.
Wow.
Is it worth it? Is a food
I
god.
mean, it's worth it for the picture. For me, it's worth it. I love it.
Now something else that would take a lot of time to burn off in the gym. This, I'm going to introduce you to the biggest, the baddest burger. It weighs more than 100 pounds.
Literally.
What on earth is this?
This is from Clinton Station Diner, and this is a 50-pound of meat burger. I mean, these are full heads of lettuce that are
gosh.
cut up, and it's literally 9 people have a challenge. They win $2,000 if 9 people could eat it. But how beautiful is this? Come on, if you're sitting with a group of guys like, or girls, anybody could eat this. Look at this thing.
Has anybody ever gotten a group of 9 people?
One group of people only ate this, but I mean, I would try to go at it alone. I mean, this is a great video, viral eating this. I mean, a full head of lettuce. Look at this. This is nuts. Look at the onions. Are you kidding me? I've never even seen regular onions this big.
Actually, deconstruct it for us. Take us through exactly how you got to 105 pounds of hamburger.
I mean, this is it, all in one beautiful platter. I mean, 35 pounds of like bread and 5 pounds of onions. I told you about the 50 pounds of meat. I always need a cheeseburger. By the way, if you don't have it as a cheeseburger, you have it as a burger, you say 5 pounds. There you go. That's a good way.
High five. You get
The diet version, no cheese, get it out. And of course, the lettuce and the tomatoes.
If only they would eat all this. I don't think they can do it. So again, we crunched the numbers on the burger.
Yes, I don't want to hear it. I'm scared. Sorry, guys. Go.
131,000 calories.
Oh
6,000 grams of fat, almost,
Wow.
right? If you split this between 9 of your closest friends and you, right? That's roughly 14,000 calories apiece.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, but I love it. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's the number of calories you'd have in a whole week. It's just impossible. I can't imagine them ever winning the competition, but
Well,
someone
somebody
did.
did. Somebody did.
Shocking. All right.
It's a new world, Dr. Oz.
Next up, Foodgod says he's got wings that will make you say, what? Here they are.
Wow.
Here they are, the wings.
Yep, so this is from Dewdrop Inn in Connecticut, and they make wings with all these crazy toppings. Now, I've seen a lot of wings because I'm like a buffalo wing eater, but I've never seen anything like this. Butter bacon parm garlic, the first one. Ranch BLT, strawberry habanero, bourbon maple with ice cream. You dip it in the ice cream.
Oh my goodness. Who
And
wants this?
peanut butter and s'mores with marshmallow. Look at this. You literally comes with the marshmallow.
Who wants this? You go over there, I'll go over here.
Oh my God.
Don't spill it.
I don't even think,
I was
scared.
testing you. You're supposed to say no.
Look at this.
Oh my, Jonathan, don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. What? You can throw it back in.
Was it really worth
You
it?
want it? Oh, she won't even give me the leftovers. I'm taking the phone.
No.
This is crazy.
No, they're voracious.
Come on.
It is marshmallows, isn't it?
It's all
ice cream.
marshmallow.
Who
Ice
combines these things even?
They do there. I mean, it's brilliant.
You have taken on the most decadent foods known to mankind.
Yes.
You see 2 of our audience members want to match up on you.
Yes.
But you've done things no one could have imagined doing. Why? This extreme move towards, what's captivating you?
People are bored. They want new stuff. And one new thing that's like, people do makeup, people do clothes. But one thing that's been kind of boring for all those years is food. Now food is a whole category. People love to go find crazy cereals, crazy things to eat. They love to gram about it. They love to bring their friends. People love to tell them, oh, I found this crazy wings place that does peanut butter and marshmallow wings. Like, you see?
Were they good? Oh, she's licking her chops over there.
Get that top, get that top.
That's
Get
right.
that top, yeah.
Now, you're looking fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Listen, try them next once in a while. Once in a while. Your national television's okay. We call them cheat meals, right?
Well,
but
I
you
call
don't.
them everyday meals. Everybody else, it's a cheat meal.
You're supposed to share it with your friends and their friends and maybe their friends too, and so on and so forth. So pass chicken wings down the aisle. That's it. What's one wing is too much for one person.
One bite and pass.
But here's the question. I want to ask all the audience. What happens to your body right after one of these meals? Are you guys all curious about that? Yeah. Up next, an experiment I never thought I'd do. I asked my own med team to do the most outrageous food trial yet. Stick with us.
Breaking news. The romaine lettuce, safety alert. It's been taken out of salad bars, pulled from our sandwiches, and banished from our kitchens.
What am I gonna use now?
We investigate all the romaine lettuce recalls and find out the new lettuce I want you to eat. Plus, the cheese wars are on. What to serve on your holiday plate. All nuanced.
That's coming up on Monday. We're back breaking down the most outrageous monstrosities in America. Extreme gut-busting foods that you have to see to believe. Now, my med team went undercover for an experiment I never thought I'd ask them to do. Take a look.
So we just had our blood work done, and now I'm on my way to eat a ginormous monster sandwich.
And I'm gonna try and eat a gigantic piece of cake.
Are you ready?
As ready as I can be.
They just brought the sandwich. Look how big this thing is. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this up into a bunch of little smaller sandwiches. All right, first bite. Feeling a little full, but take a look at this. Look how much I have left. Okay, and I'll look over here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just finished my second sandwich. I am very lightheaded. 3 sandwiches, done. I'm starting to sweat all over. My vision is getting hazy. I think I need a break. Let's bring out that dessert.
All right, so they just brought me my slice of cake. It's literally bigger than my head. It's good. Just a few more bites to go. I'm getting full. Do you have any tips? Like, how did you keep pushing through?
Go as fast as you can. Just hope for the best.
Oh, there goes the cake. That's how I feel right now. But gotta keep going, right? I think I've done almost all I can. I'm feeling kind of good though. I feel more awake and just kind of ready to do things.
Why don't I just attack this with a fork and knife? My food is literally coming up my body. I mean, I've made some solid progress on the turkey,
Oh yeah,
but
you
like,
can definitely tell.
I'm throwing in the towel. I am in a food coma. I don't know about you.
I was on a rush and now I'm dead. I'm exhausted.
So we're in an elevator about to get our blood drawn after eating all of that.
A little nervous about what our levels are gonna be. We ate a lot of food.
All right, so I'm here with Foodgod and my med team, and the results from this outrageous experiment are in. So I want to know first about what did they eat, Foodgod? You analyzed this.
I
That
did
seems
analyze
insurmountable.
it. Akshay ate 10 pounds of cold cuts. I mean, it's literally turkey and ham. It's basically a foot-long sandwich.
Really, Akshay?
Yeah.
Really?
Attempted to.
All right. Elizabeth, what did you have?
Elizabeth had this monstrosity of a carrot cake, 5 layers. I don't know how you are even standing today.
I don't know either.
It's 4 pounds, is that right?
Yeah, a little more than 4 pounds.
Yeah, but it looks like the same amount, even though this actually weighs more, because meat weighs more than
Right.
whatever this stuff was. So let's get to it. Have you guys fully recovered? Are you back at work functional since this trial?
I mean, barely. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. It took a lot of fasting afterwards, but yeah.
Like how much fasting?
I actually, so after I ate this, from the moment I took the last bite, I didn't eat for 24 hours afterwards.
Wow.
And actually, that coma passed after that period?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I had a ginger ale and slept most of the ride home, but.
Elizabeth, were you safe when you got home?
Yeah, at first I was definitely on like a sugar high. I felt great, but then I also crashed in the car and was very
All right.
tired.
So you volunteered your bodies for science
Yes.
and for our audience. We tested triglyceride levels, which the medical students can tell you is about how much fat you have in your blood. So when Elizabeth ate this cake, how much of it turned into fat globules coursing up and down her blood? Well, we took a little bit of her blood and we tested it. Now, baseline, both your cholesterol, your triglyceride levels were great. You were 90. And after all of this, 4 pounds of this cake, 9 layers, it went up to 92, which I'm stunned by. I mean, I don't know what's going on inside of you, but you can get away with this, at least short term.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you that short term things don't hurt you as much as you might think. Long term, whole different story. Now, Akshay, on the other hand, to highlight the fact that we're not all built the same, his triglyceride levels were initially 49, which is really good. Very low amounts of fat in his blood. But after this 10-pound extravaganza, it went up to 95. You were less than half Elizabeth, so you went to more than her, right? Going through an experiment that was very similar. So you don't have to be a doctor or, frankly, read the studies to tell that these foods aren't supposed to be eaten every day. This is, I think, like the Super Bowl of junk food.
Oh, definitely.
Right? I mean, it's like game day. You need to be a professional, the very top of your health game to be able to get away with this, which both of you are, thankfully. That stated, I don't think we ought to be doing this too often. Would you agree with that?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, and took your day to bounce back?
About the same.
About the same. Foodgod, are you blown away that they would even try this?
No, I usually bounce back the same day, so I don't know what goes on with them, but yeah, this is pretty nuts.
All right, so I'm going to give you some advice since you do this so often.
Yes,
and
please.
The medical students, thankfully, don't. Here's how you bounce back from a bad day.
Okay.
A cheat day, we'll call it, even though this is more than just a cheat. First is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Okay.
Helps because washes the stuff out. Number two is make sure that you're eating foods with lots of potassium in them, because potassium displaces the sodium, the salt that these are all laden with, so you don't get bloated as much. And finally, I think what Akshay did instinctively is the right thing to do. Give yourself 12 hours. If you're gonna torture your body with this, give it a chance to bounce back. Are you into that?
I am into it.
12 hours?
I'll try.
I don't miss out on all the fun, nor do you. So I came up with my own outrageous dish that's gonna make everyone's jaw drop. You ready for my dish? I thought, look, I had the option of making a bigger version of what Akshay had. I even was going to top off Elizabeth's epic effort, but I decided to go with this. It is the epic kale salad.
Oh.
Come on, bring it out. The biggest one ever. There's never been a larger one of this magnitude on the stage.
Back a little bit.
Jared, thank you. Now, look, come on. There's enough to share. So what do you think, Foodgod? What would you give? Is this a gram-worthy salad?
Only because it's big, not because it's beautiful. I mean...
You want a little bit?
I mean, this is the way I would eat it. I would actually do this, take a little piece right here, and I'd put it on my gorgeous slice of pizza. And I'd start, as they say, this is now a 4-course pizza. We start with the salad.
Oh, it's a health pizza. To the Foodgod!
Yeah!
Thanks, my colleagues. We'll be right back. Nicely done. Up next, Chef Aaron Sanchez is here, opening up about the lessons he's learned about addiction and depression.
It's where I came from, and this wisdom may lead you to your passion.
And then in prison for nearly 30 years for a murder many say he didn't commit.
It was an assassination.
Could political corruption be the core of this cover-up?
That's coming up next week.
All right, do you have enough meat there, sir?
Carnage is what you have, sir.
It was definitely a food fight up there.
I got you. So what do you got going on? Talk to us about your dish.
I was fortunate enough to get a tomahawk, never worked with it, but I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna do a Brussels sprout with bacon lardons.
So who takes care of the grilling duties? I would imagine you do on the weekends?
When we found out we were having twin boys, my husband wanted to go get the most manly thing he could, but I'm the grill master at our house.
I love that. That's the way it should be. Ladies rule in the kitchen.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Joe.
He's a judge on the hit shows MasterChef and MasterChef Junior, to name a few, and an award-winning chef who cooks his own brand of Latin cuisine made with heart and soul. Today, Aaron Sanchez is opening up about the hard-won lessons about depression and addiction and abuse that almost broke his family, and how he learned the true healing power of food. Please welcome Chef Aaron Sanchez.
Thank you so much. I'll sit over here. Yep.
So I gotta say, as Aaron takes a seat, I am so impressed watching him with my daughter Daphne on MasterChef. You're so passionate about sharing your love of food. And Daphne had so many wonderful experiences filming with you, but she always spoke about the fact that you're just real. You've been to the other side, you've been to the darkness, you've come back, it makes you brighter and more helpful than ever.
Yeah.
But let me just start with food for a second. What catalyzed your love of food? When did it start? How old were you?
Well, you know, I mean, growing up in a Mexican-American family, food was central to the way we communed, the way we commiserated, the way we got together as a family. So I come from 3 generations of cookbook authors. I'm the 3rd generation, I should say. So my grandmother and my mom wrote cookbooks and were just stalwarts about teaching us about our culture through food. And so it was maybe about 8 years old.
Your mother, Zarella, is iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knew her at the books. What are the biggest lessons you learned from being in her kitchen?
My mom was very adamant about me developing my own style. So she didn't want me to regurgitate all of my mentors' teachings. She goes, through this process in your travels, find your voice. So when you make a dish, someone can close their eyes and say, that's an Aaron Sanchez dish. And she said, be generous with your talent and be generous with your time. And those are some great lessons she taught me.
Your relationship with your father was a little rockier.
Yeah.
You write in the book, Where I Come From, which is fabulous, that he was abusive, he was an alcoholic. How did that affect you?
Well, you know, it's very challenging when you grow up as a young man thinking your dad's your hero. He's indestructible. And when you start finding out all these dark aspects of his life and, in his behavior, it kind of disappoints you. And I think because he was taken from me when I was 13, I never had a chance to confront him as a man and say, why did you do those things? And why did you suffer those sort of ailments, that really hurt our family?
But even before he passed, he was still influencing you. Sometimes I think it was his effort to help you, right? So when your mom called him and told on you, which I don't think happened too often.
Yep.
Right? Actually share that if you don't mind. She
Yeah,
found pot in your pocket?
Yeah, my mom would be very generous about how I was doing and stuff. And I remember getting caught up here in New York City, and I got caught with some marijuana in my pocket. And my dad was a probation officer, so he dealt with parolees and convicts. And he was so disappointed that his own child was messed up with drugs. And that really hurt him. And I remember him being very adamant about, why are you doing this? This is so disappointing. Get yourself right.
So you're going through all this. You have a close relationship with your cousin Luis.
Yep.
You lose him at about the same time.
Yeah.
And puts you into a tailspin.
Yeah, my cousin Luis was like my everything. I'm sure some of us have family members that you look up to, an older sibling or someone like that, that is the first person you went to a nightclub with. He was there when I first kissed my first girlfriend and all those things. And he suffered from from addiction, and he had an overdose when he was 25, and died in my aunt's arms, his mother. So you can imagine how that really impacted me. But he was there the day that my father passed away, and he basically came to me and said, we're going to go away and we're going to do it real Mexican and sing mariachi music and get drunk and try to figure this out together. So when he died, it was really, really hurtful, as you can imagine.
Although it could be a warning lesson.
Yep.
To lose someone that close to you, it sent you in the opposite direction. You started doing drugs, right? You started dealing with life with addiction.
Yep.
And that cycle continued.
Yeah. It wasn't something that was necessarily perpetual in my whole life, but I definitely went through a dark period where I just didn't feel good about myself. And I felt that this was the only way to escape. You deal with things like divorce and not having custody of your children, or, being apart from your child. That seemed like something that was an easy escape. And it's very unfortunate. I'm happy that it happened in the sense that it taught me a lot about who I am and what I need to do better and put my priorities in order. But I'm not ashamed about it, No. I think a lot of people tend to be ashamed about it. I'm not.
There are over 20 million Americans in recovery.
Yeah.
And because most are ashamed, they don't tell anybody, so people who are still going through the process don't realize it's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
When we come back, Aaron is going to reveal his darkest moments struggling with depression and how the power of one moment helped him find his passion. It saved his life. Stick around.
It's a very terrifying story straight out of a movie.
How violent did he get?
He would actually mutilate the bodies. Media focuses on the headlines, giving the name the Hollywood Ripper and, of course, the Ashton Kutcher connection.
Plus novelist John Grisham, his latest mission, fighting to free a man in prison for over 30 years for a murder he says he didn't commit.
I said I can do something about this, or I'll try.
All new Oz.
That's coming up on Tuesday. We're back with Chef Aaron Sanchez, who's revealing how he overcame a broken past to become a culinary superstar, a rock star in every sense of the world. So you're struggling. You lost your dad, you lost your cousin, who's supposed to help you deal with the loss of your dad.
Yep.
You're in an addictive cycle. And then your mom sends you to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Of all things, how did that change you?
Well, I came there when I was 16 originally, and I got to work for Chef Paul Prudhomme. Does everybody remember Chef Paul?
Yes, of
there
course,
he
there
is.
he is.
He's wonderful. And he was someone that was truly instrumental and showed me the power of working in the kitchen, the idea of being a part of a team, and being accountable for your actions. And I think that really helped me get through that little dark period, and he showed interest in my success. I think every young person that's struggling with it, whether it's addiction or trying to find their way, when you have somebody that's a mentor that takes a vested interest in your success, it really empowers you.
So you learn to be a chef, you
Yep.
learn how to make food that tastes great. You decide, hey, I've got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the life lessons from Paul Prudhomme and the rest of the way you learn about life from having a great mentor. And you open your own restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, I opened my own restaurant, and I was the chef. I have a place called El Rey here many years ago, and I was way over my head. I was maybe 23 years old. Can you imagine being a chef and responsible for 45 people at that age? Probably shouldn't have done it, but I dove deep into it, and I remember through that process, I made a lot of mistakes, and then I ended up subsequently getting fired. And I remember sitting down, and the owners putting me there, and they said, look, you know, you have a lot of talent, a lot of potential, but we need to go with somebody that's more experienced, that can manage this place with efficiency and make this profitable. And it was the first and last time I've ever been fired. And so it was awesome, you know.
What was your darkest moment through all this?
I think my darkest moment came in 2012 when you know, being a chef, you have a lot of casualties, and I was so self-involved with my career, and I lost a marriage because of it. And then through that process of just working and trying to work on this idea of who I was trying to be as a chef, I forgot to pay attention at home. And my wife said, I can't deal with it. You know, you are the superstar, I'm a musician. We have this baby, you're not around, this is unfair. And, you know, she just had enough. And I was really, really in a dark place there because I had this family and now I didn't have it anymore.
Why did you decide to go public with this? I mean, when you put it in black and white, as you did with Where I Come From, you expose yourself, but you can't lie to yourself on paper.
Yeah, I think it was extremely important for anybody that's struggling with the issues that I've had, you know, being in a single parent home, you know, being a father myself, and then losing that connection with my child for a little bit, and having all these dreams sort of broken because of your career. I think this is an inspirational tale, but it's also a cautionary tale. And that's why I wanted to come forward with this and just tell people that it's okay to struggle with the same things I have, you know? And you see I came out at the other end, and I'm more prosperous and more successful than ever, you know?
How did you come out at the other end? What was the key to getting past the depression?
For me, it was very important to realize that, you know, if you take an antidepressant, which I do, it's not some magic pill. You have to couple that with therapy. And therapy is the actual, it's what gets you right, you know? Say them, you know what I mean? And continue that process and being able to share every day with somebody that's, you know, somebody that's unwavering in their love for you. And I think that's really important. So that's what I've learned through my process and my recovery with my depression is find somebody that you can confide in.
One thing you've done that I find helpful in depression is you help others. You're a big time mentor for a lot of young chefs. You help my daughter, Daphne. What would you say is the #1 tip you would want to give them about balance so they don't end up where you were in 2012 with a lost marriage?
Absolutely. I think you have to have balance in your life with family and your professional life. And I think it's extremely important. You almost have to schedule your family time like you would work. And I think if you do that, and that's helped me a lot. With my child and with my son, he's 8 years old, and we have an unbelievable relationship because I've been able to prioritize. So don't be so consumed with your work. You know, don't work to live. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like you got to figure it out what's important. So, yeah.
Where I Come From, very well done. Thank you
You're very kind,
much.
doctor. Thank you.
It's in stores now. Check it out. We'll be right back.
Breaking news. The romaine lettuce, safety alert. It's been taken out of salad bars and banished from our kitchens. We investigate all the romaine lettuce recalls.
That's coming up on Monday on Dr. Oz. So the entire audience has a mirror. Look in your mirrors if you don't mind. Everyone at home do the same. So we look in the mirror. Do you ever wonder just how clean your skin really is? Or what else is going on there? Why doesn't it look exactly like I want it? So I asked my audience to do just that. Even if you wash your face daily, upon closer examination, and I hope that's what you're doing right now, you might not be 100% happy with the results. It might be a little leftover makeup. It might be, well, how's your skin look?
My skin is very dry. Need a lot more moisturizer.
Dry and dull, okay.
Dry and dull.
All right, so today we're talking about face cleansers that contain an ingredient that I've been using as a wound dressing for years. Doctors have been using it for known history. Drum roll, please. Are you ready for this? The secret skincare ingredient is Manuka honey. Now, I brought my own beekeeper back there, you'll notice, just in case, and you probably never thought about putting Manuka honey on your face. So, here to talk about it today, I brought in Kiwi Botanicals senior scientist and Manuka honey expert, Maria Buck, who's here on behalf of my trusted sponsor, partner, Kiwi Botanicals. Can I open this? What happens if I open this?
I don't know if I would.
All right. But actually, I love honey, all honey, but Manuka honey is different.
Yes, Manuka honey is not like your typical honey. It is a specific variety from New Zealand, and native New Zealanders have been using Manuka honey as a skin remedy for generations because of its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties.
So it's a little different, but we've talked about it in medicine quite a bit because of these interesting properties that it has. And you see now Manuka honey is actually found in skincare products like face wash.
Correct, Dr. Oz. That's why I'm so excited about Kiwi Botanicals Honey Melt Facial Cleansers. Kiwi Botanicals is a new-to-the-world beauty care brand that thoroughly embraces the spirit of New Zealand skincare. All of our products are made with sustainably sourced, quality ingredients with natural, nourishing, and purifying properties. All of our products are made with real Manuka honey sourced from the South Island of New Zealand and are made without parabens, phthalates, silicones, or mineral oil, all things that could potentially irritate the skin.
So it's pretty cool. Come on over here. Let's talk about how Manuka honey can be incorporated into your skincare routine. So we made a little bit of a demonstration for you. As Maria mentioned, Manuka honey, it comes from the honeycombs of bees in New Zealand who pollinate the country's Manuka flowers, right? So you've got this wonderful honey, and it's a beautiful consistency. See that? If you add that into a cleanser and mix it up like this, right? And we can both do this if you want, right? I take a little of my hand, and you can actually begin to see how this cleanser foams up. Now, your skin has a little flaky areas, a little bit of makeup, little dirt on it behind, but if you cleanse it like you should, right? Ideally, you take care of two things at once. You get rid of stuff you don't want on it, makeup, dirt, stuff that's left over from the day, and you'd moisturize it. So what ends up happening all the time? What is going on specifically when you add the Manuka honey with the cleanser here?
Yeah, it helps to balance the dry and oily areas of your face, leaving your skin feeling smooth and clean.
So all of a sudden, you'll start to see a little glow, a luster, vibrancy there, which I think a lot of my audience would be happy with. But there are additional benefits to using Manuka cleanser.
Yes, there are. So Manuka honey is a natural humectant, meaning it draws in moisture from the air, delivers it to the skin, and actually traps it in to help truly nourish the face.
So while you're drinking water for your skin, which you should do, you're going to prevent it from evaporating away, so Manuka can help you with that. So it's a 1-2 punch.
Correct.
All right. So why is washing your face such an important part of a skincare routine?
So good skin starts with a clean slate. When your skin is clean, your other skincare products will absorb more easily, and your entire skincare regimen will be more effective. So, better skin starts with a better face wash.
And a lot of folks don't wash their face. I have no idea why, but what you're saying is so true. So, I asked two of my viewers, Sabrina and Brittany, to test out Kiwi Botanicals Nourishing Honey Melt Facial Cleanser and report back to us. So, Sabrina, what's bothering your skin these days? Why did you want to try this experiment?
I hate when my skin appears rough and dull. I like it to feel balanced.
And you started using the Manuka cleanser. How did it work for you?
I like the experience. The most I like when it starts melting, like from the honey, and starts to transform. It feels fun. I used to find it boring to wash my face. Now I look forward to it.
And Brittany, how did it feel for you? Was it sticky at all?
Oh, no, not at all. It just formed into a nice, gentle, milky cleanser, and it smelled delicious, like a cookie, so I'm happy with it.
So as you've used it, have you noticed any differences in your face?
Oh yeah, mine definitely brightened up, and it's a lot clearer before. One thing I'm always nervous about is any new acne coming through. Not at all for me.
All right, so Sabrina, Brittany, thank you very much for your honest opinions today, and I'm glad you were happy with the experience. So, if viewers are compelled, and many will be, where do they find this stuff?
So Kiwi Botanical Honey Melts can be found at Walmart. And unlike other Manuka honey products that come with a steep price tag of upwards of $60, this is just $10 a jar. So, and as an added bonus, if you purchase a Kiwi Botanicals cleanser at Walmart by December 31st, you can enter for a chance to win a trip for 2 to New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yes, absolutely.
That's where they shot Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
One of the most beautiful places on the planet. That is wonderful.
And so for more information on how to enter and official rules, you can go to kiwibotanicals.com.
And meanwhile, thanks to our trusted sponsorship partner, Kiwi Botanicals, my entire studio audience is going home with a jar of Kiwi Botanicals Nourishing Honey Melt Facial Cleanser. Enjoy it. Share it. We'll be right back. And up next, breaking news. Could over-the-counter pain relievers help treat depression? If you've been struggling with antidepressants, there's a brand new research that could flip what we know about depression on its head.
I have struggled with depression for about 2 years and 4 months. And the hardest part is waking up feeling like I'm trapped in my own head.
So I heard that over-the-counter pain medicine could help me. So how much do I need to take to make a difference?
I just want a way to make it feel better. I want to know if this can help me.
Today, breaking news. Could over-the-counter pain relievers help treat depression? We just heard from some of our viewers who have big questions about brand new research that could flip what we know about treating depression on its head. It's a big deal. For 16 million Americans struggling with depression, a third of them may not respond to antidepressants. That's a lot of people. So could adding something as simple as ibuprofen or aspirin help? Psychiatrist Drew Ramsey joins us now. Drew, thanks for being here. I actually read this study and I was stunned. We'd always talked about this theory, but the idea that for so many people who say that antidepressants don't work for them or they have side effects they can't tolerate, that they could be another alternative so simple? I mean, what do you know about this research?
It's huge. 2 huge meta-analyses came out, the largest 36 randomized controlled trials. So a lot of data, 10,000 patients. What they found is when individuals were treated with an antidepressant and they had an anti-inflammatory added on, that could be an NSAID like ibuprofen or Tylenol, or it could be something like a cytokine inhibitor or omega-3 fat. Any type of anti-inflammatory seemed to improve response. 79% of patients who had an anti-inflammatory, they showed a response. Twice as many patients went into full remission.
So let me paint a picture for you, right? And again, you mentioned omega-3s, fish oils, they could be part of this. Treating depression can be like a puzzle. And we've always, the medical community, focused on serotonin. That's the feel-good chemical in your brain. So think about it as like a big puzzle piece, right? Try to put your brain together and that little piece isn't fitting right, so you can maybe help it. But this study points the finger at something that we've been talking about in this show from day one. It's true for heart disease, true for diabetes, it's inflammation. And what if there's another puzzle piece of inflammation that we've been leaving uncovered? And because we haven't treated that, we maybe haven't gotten as much benefit as we could have if otherwise. So what does inflammation teach us about the brain?
Well, it's finally time that we're paying attention to inflammation in the brain. And what it shows us is maybe there's this new thing that we can use to help patients get all the way better, a new tool in the toolbox. Again, these were studies where anti-inflammatories were added onto antidepressants. We know those are great for some people, but we know 30 to 50% of patients don't get into full remission. That's just not good enough. We need to get 100% of patients all the way into remission.
So let me just explain this theory. It's so vital. If you get it, you'll actually start to think differently, and hopefully your brain will work with you on this. This is why some researchers say people with depression could be helped with an anti-inflammatory. So when your body's under attack, just forget about your brain for a second. Your body's under attack. Your immune system kicks into gear, right? In the high gear to defend you. So your immune system fights back, and it can set off little fires, brush fires, right? This is called inflammation. It's not necessarily bad, but you'll know it's there because you get some pain, redness, swelling, right? If you bump yourself, you get a little infection. You all see this, right? Now, sometimes there could be the same little fire of inflammation in your brain, and it could turn you from being nice and happy to not so in great a mood. And that's why researchers believe that putting out this fire, dousing it, right, may actually blow away the inflammation and maybe support your ability to get past depression. It's a big, big idea. We were here 25 years ago with the heart, and this was the unifying idea. It could be the same in the brain. So Dr. Ramsey, before we say you should add an NSAID or an omega-3 to your regimen, what do you need to know as a patient? Because these are actions people could take like that.
Well, I think the first thing we want to do is make sure that people are in treatment, right? That's how we beat depression, is people are fully in treatment. And I think NSAIDs and these other anti-inflammatories can come with some risks. My first advice is think about, where does inflammation come from in your life? What's something that you do every day that maybe stokes the fires of inflammation in your body and in your brain, or maybe doesn't? And so we don't want people running out and thinking, you know, if it was as easy treating depression as taking some ibuprofen, we would have figured that out. It's definitely more complicated than that, but you're right, this is a huge piece, and it's going to change how we treat depression.
And to play off that idea, there's some things you might be doing to yourself that aren't right, but other things you could be doing now that aren't involving pills, it's important. So when we come back, what other everyday essential can help you with depression? A hint, it's something in your kitchen.
Breaking news. The romaine lettuce, safety alert. It's been taken out of salad bars, pulled from our sandwiches, and banished from our kitchens.
What am I going to use now?
We investigate all the romaine lettuce recalls and find out the new lettuce I want you to eat. Plus, the cheese wars are on. What to serve on your holiday plate. All new Oz.
That's coming up on Monday. We've been talking about exciting new research about fighting depression. Taking an anti-inflammatory medication, like a non-steroidal ibuprofen, may help treat this debilitating disease when antidepressants can't. But there's actually something in your kitchen that can help also. Psychiatrist Drew Ramsey is back. What food is powerful enough in our kitchen that possibly could help fight depression, help your patients?
Sardines. Right here they are. Sardines.
Oh, stop moaning and groaning. I've been telling you it's good for you. I love sardines.
I'm here to back you up. Sardines are great. They've got lots of those long-chain omega-3 fats, amazing anti-inflammatory molecule. They're a great source of protein, amazing source of calcium. If you want to fight inflammation at home, these are what you want to put into your game.
15 grams of protein, all the omega-3s you need in a day. Who wants a sardine?
This one looks tasty.
No, they're not going to do it, but I got an idea for you. Dr. Ramsey also has a chef flavor to himself. Now, like a lot of people, we love them, but you've got a little hack that can get the audience addicted to sardines like we are.
Let's do it right now. This should be a new go-to. Now, we all love avocado toast, right? Avocado toast is trending so delicious, so we're just gonna upgrade that, turbocharge it, make it a brain food powerhouse by adding the sardine. And the secret here is that creaminess of the avocado brings out that, and balances the salt. You get that nice umami flavor that we all love. And then this little citrus, this little lemon wedge, that citrus makes seafood and sardines pop.
You know, we can't just enjoy this by ourselves. Come on over here. Let's audience, come on over here. I got more here. We got all kinds of food here. Look at this. All right, who wants sardines? Who wants sardines? Who's first?
Right,
oh, there's some brave folks. Here's one for you. Everybody, it's all about the power, right? This could be your new toast to remember. Be the one changing your community. One person, one voice. Tell the truth. Oh, now they're clamoring for it. Goodbye, everybody. I could drive with you on this. You all right?